16-8. I know what you're thinking, right? Is like, it's the Bulls. We should beat the brakes off the Bulls. But Bulls have been cooking lately. They've been beating decent teams. They've certainly been doing better than us. Sweetenly been doing better than us. So this is absolutely no gimme game. So I'm very proud and happy about the way this team has come out to start the game. Like, didn't expect it. I'll be honest. I kind of expected, kind of expected a little bit of laziness. One of those quarters where they go up big to start the game, and then I don't know. I'm hoping for a win. This would be our first win streak. It's just sad and embarrassing to call a 2-game win streak a win streak, but that's what it would be. Our first win streak since early January. It's really bad, guys. Really bad. For some reason, though, we're still in the hunt to make the playoffs. Like, that's how gritty the Western Conference is, and this guy's jumper is just insane, but he made a free throw. Wow. That was bad. This guy looks like Harry Sisson's older brother, all right? Just for context here. Let me switch here to all messages. Nico says Mickey Mouse play-in clinch. I mean, I wouldn't even want to clinch the play-in if it didn't. If we had our own first round picks and we could tank, I'd be a tanker. You guys might not be happy with me. I would be very into tanking. But we can't even afford that luxury. You know? They need to change their name to the Sundos if they want to win a title. That late first quarter, folks. Hit the like button for the fact that the Phoenix Suns showed up tonight to start this game. And I like that. Nick Richards looking good. It is completely unfathomable to me why Mason gets more minutes than him. He looks so good out there when he gets to play. Yeah, exactly, Vision. I don't think Plumlee could ever get on Bud's bad side. You know? Spraymay says, I'm so serious when I say Cody Martin has more impact than Beal. So it's only been a game and a quarter, but so far, having a pretty good impact. You know, my boy Brendan Clean had mentioned in a video of his I saw, he's like, last year you could definitely say that Beal was a dog on defense. This year he doesn't really have the same effort. He just doesn't see it. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That is what's happening. He's not the dog this year on D. It's like we hated the defense out of him. You know? These are just ridiculous. These filters they put on the fans. That's wild. Anywho's it's. What happened to Joker? I don't know, Euphoria. What happened to Joker? But you know what I mean? Like, give it more than a game and a half before we say that for Soitin. Not to mention, and I'm not trying to hate on Martin because I thought what he brought to the table last game was very good. He was 1 for 6. So I could see a world in which he has a slow shooting streak or a bad shooting streak like Royce, and all of you are cursing his name. Get him off my team. Get him off my team. No? I don't know, Vision. Micic didn't look ready in the little bit of the minutes he got last game. But I do. He got ripped, but it was by the off defender. It was not even the guy. Somebody reached over and helped and poked it out of there. That's tough. I feel bad for him. I hate when that happens. You look and feel so foolish on the court at any level that you're playing in. Yeah, Knightley, that's how bad Beal's been. And then, the one thing that was keeping Beal on my good side, not that it matters, not that he would ever care, but just personally why I was still okay with him. Because he was still keeping that great attitude of like, I'm not going to be a distraction. I just want to win. I like it here. I'm going to keep working hard. Not going to be a distraction. He went from that to like, I don't care. I'm rich. I got my contract. I ain't going nowhere. It's like, that's when I'm like, all right, bro. So you're going to be unhelpful to the team and a dickhead? Well, yeah, we do. We do, Michael. We do. I haven't made a video in 3 weeks. That's how this team has been. It's not that I don't want to. It's just like, I feel like it's kind of natural that my enthusiasm, my like work ethic for this channel is slightly taking a little bit of a dip because it's like, what are we going to say? Like, I'm not going to come out and try to hype stuff up. No one likes negative videos. I've learned that lesson. But I am definitely slacking on the emojis. I don't know how that... I just have a feeling if we were a winning team, I'd be a front runner and we'd have better emojis. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Hey, but Knightley, we're doing it back to what it was. Actually improved it by a point. Weirdly enough, guys, this would be a really good win for the Suns. Normally, you can't say that about the Bulls, and especially after they've traded all their talent away, you'd think you wouldn't be able to say that, but they've been beating teams. They really have. Won like 6 out of their last 7 games or some bull jive like that. When's the last time the Suns done that? Not never. Beginning of the year, that's it. Yeah, JV, it'd be all Plumlee and Grayson, or Grayson would be in the starting lineup, not Gillespie. It could be Gillespie. Boy Singh says our remaining game's so tough. It really is, man. It is a really tough schedule down the way. But the Mavs are so broken to bits that they, have had to consider forfeiting NBA games. Their roster is so whittled down with injuries. You saw what kind of fight the Kings have in them right now when we just beat them up the other night. So it's like, that's who we're going against. And I mean, the Blazers, for whatever reason, haven't taken it from us yet. I keep expecting them to. No? Hello, not you. Not you, old man. You certainly wouldn't be in any danger. Ugh. All right. Don't want to brag, but sometimes you can't help yourselves, right? I seem to remember calling for more Colin Gillespie all season. To be fair, so did you guys. So did Sundo. How did we know? How did we know before Coach Bud? How did we know that Nick Richards needed to play more? I was also calling for, if you follow me on X, calling all the time for Ryan Dunn to get more minutes. He'll get better, I say. He'll find his shot, I say. He can help the team in a multitude of other ways. which he is. What up, Fernando? It's just so silly. So silly how long it's taken to get the right guys out there. And you can argue you wouldn't see him if certain people were healthy. You would not be getting this game out of Nick Richards. He would not have 10 attempts. Woo! Yipes. He would not have 10 attempts if Plumlee was healthy. Ryan Dunn would not have 6 attempts if Grayson was healthy. Gillespie's only 1 for 4. He feels like he's doing more than that. Let me pull up the stats in total here. Full box score. So Vooch is the one hurting us the most with 11. This just has the type of feel of a game where I'm not actually going to say that. Let me stop myself right there. That was a stupid jinxing mistake I was about to make. Let's just say this. I truly hope that this third quarter is not one of our third quarter collapses, because I do think that if we get through the third quarter unscathed, we win this game. Really do. Blop, blop going in on him. Get him, Blop. Ian says a certain someone from AZ Sports is real quiet right now. So you don't have to tell me who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about, but maybe not. But what's the topic about? What are they quiet about? FS12 says since the Mavs lost today, we just have to keep winning and maintain that 10th spot for the play-in. I really hope that we get into that position already. I'd love to be in position, but keeping the 10th spot, that seems like it's going to be difficult to do with the schedule we've got ahead of us. Keeping the 10 spot if we're able to grab it in the first place. Because, guys, once we have the 10 spot, do you understand the surge of hopium that you're going to feel? You're going to be like, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're going. We're in. We're in. We're in the 10th seed. We're back. We're back. We're going to the playoffs. We're going. And then it's going to be hard team after hard team. Speaking of hard, hello. She's about to get cut in half by a magician, by the way. Helen says, I always said that Coach Bud's the biggest mistake we ever made. He doesn't know the skills and weaknesses of his players. LMAO. You're not off on that. You're not off. He's one of those coaches that just plays super favorites. Like worse than Monty ever did. Worse than Vogel did. But, you know, it is what it is. Question is, ask yourself this. If it weren't for the embarrassment of not making it, would you really want to be the 10th seed in the playoffs? Let me explain what that means. You're going to have a play-in versus other hungry teams, and I wouldn't characterize our team as hungry. We ain't been hungry all year. Probably going to go up against a hungry team in a single elimination match. Okay? How do elimination matches usually go for the Suns? How do game sixes where the other team's already won 3 games usually go for the Suns? How does a game 7 sound? What normally happens? We have to win 2 of those. And then with your team that seemingly has less heart than they did last year, You get to go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Rockets. I would prefer the Rockets, of course, because it's like, well, they're young. Maybe you can outsmart them. Maybe you can out-experience them. At least have a decent, series with them where maybe. OKC, nah, they are running through you like Bonnie Blue. Okay? They are running through you like these insatiable internet whores that will do anything for views. That's what you'll get ran through like from the Thunder. And even if you put up the most noblest of fights versus the Thunder, SGA's whistle will prevail. Rafael says, nah, if we play OKC, you can rule them out as a trade partner. KD won't want to go to a team he got swept to. Sure about that? Boy says we can be a poison to other contenders. Maybe. It just depends on how the team is playing at that point. We have to be playing better than we are right now. We're playing okay right now. Playing okay. We're not okay. We haven't had a win streak, even with all the bad teams we've played since early January. How are we supposed to beat a team? We'd have to have a couple win streaks to beat a team, and this would be a playoff team. I hate to be that guy. I'm sorry. I know it's not what you want to hear. So, but my question is, knowing what we know about that, do we really want to make it? Because, remember, the better we do, the more likely it will be that Bud stays. So would it not almost maybe be better if we didn't make the playoffs to make it that much easier of a decision for Ishbia to just start fresh with a newer, hopefully better coach? Ian says these next 5 games are gruesome. Well, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at them. Let's go full schedule. Woof. Okay. Chicago. Hopefully we get a W here, and that'll be 3 out of the last 4 games. I'll take it. Cleveland. L. Milwaukee. We could beat Milwaukee. It's at home. We could beat them. So I'll go 50-50 on that one. Boston. L. At Minnesota. Have they not really just had our number bigly? So I'm going to call that an L. Rockets. At home. I'll go 60-40 Rockets. Milwaukee. We're winning one of those Milwaukees, I think. So just call whichever one you want a W and whichever one you want an L. Boston, L. New York, L. Golden State, I'll go 50-50. Oklahoma City, San Antonio should be a W. I'll go 60-40 Suns. Sacramento, I'll go 60-40 Suns. Does any of that sound, way off to you guys? Or does that sound about right? We got a final boss, Roy Maivia, 199 dono. Suns will get railed in the playoffs. We look like shiz, he says. That is probably correct. So my question, do you want to get do you want to get railed? It's hard to yell with the bed rail in your mouth type shit. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? If that's what we want, guys, that's fine. Because that does represent trying to win. Or would it be better if the Suns don't make the playoffs, making it crystal gall-dang clear to Matt Ishbia that he cannot return next year with the same coach and Devin Booker on the same roster? I don't know if you guys have seen reports coming out lately. Nobody's put a real name on it, right? So I don't know if you can take it as fact, but anonymous reports saying that Book and Durant are going to try to get rid of the coach. You know, they're going to try to get him up out of there and hopefully rebuild around the two of them. But Beal's going to have to go. And I do feel like low-key Beal will want to go. I think Beal is going to want to leave in the offseason. I think he's had enough of the fan hatred and shit product on the court and the losing. Feel like he's had enough of it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wants to be the most hated player. Remember when our biggest problem as Suns fans was Eric Bledsoe going to the nail salon with his chickie and tweeting, "I don't want to be here." And then they're like, "Yo, you want out of Phoenix?" And he's like, "Huh? I was just saying I didn't want to be at the nail salon." And now our biggest issue is we got players that won't leave. That's weird. That's weird. Rowe says KCP and Jonathan Isaac for Beal. I'm not a huge KCP fan. I like Jonathan Isaac though. I don't. Beggars can't be choosers, right? Are we really going to be able to be in a situation where we're like, you should give us click, hello? Like, I don't think we're going to be able to ask for anything. So I might take that. Could be beginning as it is 4-0, folks. Just kidding. Doesn't mean it has to be one. Me too, Alex. I thought that was exactly what we were needing. A Tyus Jones style point guard, but nope. He's fun though, Brady. He's pretty fun to play with. Like, I get why people want to play as him. Anthony says, bench Booker, please. Well, let's take a look at Book's stat line. 3 for 8, 8 points. Goo. That's not Booker standards, man. Why does this keep happening? And how many books is he going to wear? He's on his third pair of shoes today. What's fun, Brady? I think it would be really fun in comp is like I set up 2 extra Lokis, right? One super far away, one medium far away. And then I'm getting messed with in the backline like Spider-Man's pressuring me. I just look at the furthest Loki, switch to that Loki clone, and I'm out. I look back, and Spider-Man's beating up a clone. And it's like, ha ha, I'm over here now, you little cuck. Roy, I haven't watched the video, but I've seen the video pop up a couple of times. What was going on in the conversation between them? Yeah, Spider-Man's tough to deal with as a healer. I would love Lonzo, Turtles. I would definitely give Lonzo a go. They were talking about month or Monty, and something about KD leaving. I need to watch that video. See, I just don't know if Beal's gonna accept her. Elite alert. Matthew, if you haven't seen, bro, you have no idea. But you are spot on with your assumption. We're talking 10 out of 10. All right? Code says they are both ass for letting us slide this far down the standings. That's a fair argument. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to look at it from that macro level, you know. Want to look at it from a 300-foot perspective. That's fair. The Rooks are playing good, Christopher. Martin played early, but I haven't seen Martin back in the game since I feel like the first quarter. And he looked good out there. He hit a 3, you know. Yeah, Vision, I watched Sundo's I mean, I've been watching I've been annoying the hell out of my wife, bro. She's home with broken ankle and kind of been forcing her to watch some classic wrestling with me. And I also watched Sundo's recommendation of Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. You could always go to like a GameStop in the mall and play Crazy Taxi. So when I got that shit at home, oh man, Crazy Taxi was dope. But no, so the robot waiter was like, there was still tons of human waiters, but the food like shows up, and then the waiter comes behind the robot and grabs the food off of it and hands it to you. But it was just crazy. It's like this tall cylindrical robot with levels, like different shelves on it, and it was just carrying all kinds of food. It was crazy. I should have taken pictures of it, but I don't want to be a goon, you know? Christopher says, I miss when malls were fun to go to, full of people. Shoot. Remember having to ask your parents, can I go to the mall with my friends? Who's all going to be there? Blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you name everybody and whose parents are going to be there. We're all getting dropped off, and then so-and-so's mom is picking us up. Sure, get out of my house. That was always the answer. We should have known our parents would let us go. They didn't want us in the house. Royce inbounding. Skip pass to Book. 3. Woof! Anybody want to apologize to my boy Devin Booker for the slander earlier today? Pac-Man, it sounds like Paul Bearer. The Undertaker!
And continues to do so here in this third quarter. He's got 19.
Pac-Man, no. Book still man. Relax. He's a millionaire and you're still at home. All right? Book. Looking for Durant. Can't get it to him. Decides to work on little Giddy. Tyus in the corner. Ain't no way. Not even close. But that's okay because your Suns are up 15 at the end. They didn't collapse in the third. They gave up 33, and that's not great, but they did have their best scoring performance of 36. That's what I was looking for. I don't want to jinx this team, though, so I won't say what I want to say. Okay? That's fine. That's fine. I mean, Coin Case, you don't got to apologize yet, you know. But he is playing a lot better. What's he at now? He's already up to 21, and Durant has 26. A quick and easy, breezy 26. Tyus 2 for 6 from 3. Don't love that. 1 for 3 from Royce. When's the last time Royce was hot from 3? Big Sunny, $2 dono says, it feels good to be a winner. Great stream. Thank you, Big Sunny. And hey, last game too. Last game kind of snuck up on us. Like, I don't think we were expecting to win like that last game. All right, well, what's this popcorn for, Code? See, Code, whenever you put popcorn, I feel like it's not just popcorn. It's not like, hey, this guy likes popcorn. He's enjoying himself because someone's making a fool of himself and he's just here to watch it. So what's the popcorn for, Code? Daniel says Chicago Bulls coming back. It would not surprise me if they at least do a Fugazi comeback. Code. I'm just enjoying the show. That is a lie. You never enjoy this show. Okay? No one does. Mala says Royce had a 6 made 3 game last month. Yeah, and has it been a month though since he's had a good game? 9 seconds. Good patience. Over to Dunn in the corner. 5 seconds. Almost getting shoved out of bounds. He takes a 3. No good. Didn't have many choices there. Being stuck in the corner. Kobe for 3. 117, 121. A whoopsie poopsie.
The Bulls have caught fire.
I told you guys a Fugazi comeback was on the menu as Booker is in his at least 4th pair of shoes this game. All right. I cannot believe it is this close. I still feel like this is just like a late scare. Doesn't feel like a real comeback or a loss, but let's see what happens. JV says this is Bud's fault for subbing Book out when he did. I'll have to look back at it and see how many minutes he had at the time. Like, I can understand getting him a small break in the middle of the 4th, or at the end of the 4th, to try to keep him super fresh for the tail end of the game, but maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We do have 341 watching now, though. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out for the end of this game. Hit that like button, please, if you haven't. It really, really helps. If you're not subscribed, what are we doing here, guys? Hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 11K. Juicy little number.
Yeah, but watch film tomorrow and see some of those tendencies that we got. You know, we did well tonight, and just try to duplicate that next game.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
KD, 3 of 7 from downtown. The Suns with 59 made threes over the last 3
What do you guys
games.
think?
127, 121 the final. Next broadcast Friday with the Cleveland Cavaliers coming to the Valley of the Sun. Suns game time starting our coverage at 6:30 p.m. on Arizona.
Good win for your Suns. All right, it is a good win. It doesn't feel great when you let them come back like that and almost melt down in the 4th and give your fans a little scary scare. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I always say, beggars can't be choosers, you know? Let's see here. Appreciate you, Priscilla. Thanks for giving us a like and subscribing. Haunted Kiwi says, assuming we convert Colin Gillespie to a contract and release Vance Magicic. Oh, you were saying something else up there. Let me find it. Haunted. Too far up, losing interest. But I love you, Haunted. Yes, says Sun sucks still. Hopefully, I hope we make the play-in. Not that we'll do much. We definitely have the bar lowered, right? It's not what we thought it was going to be. But could be fun to go to the playoffs, right? Could be fun. Imagine, like, here's the craziest thing. It's already crazy enough that we're in a position, as terrible as we've been this season, the fact that we're still in a position to could get to the playoffs, that's crazy. But what's crazier is if they just win one game in the playoffs, that's more wins than they got last year. So, like, there's this sideways, backwards argument you could make to say that we're better. We accomplished more. We're going in the right direction, which we all know is not technically true. You know? But there will be people playing that sort of mental gymnastics with the situation. Let me pull the stats up here real quick. Because 41 for Book. We won't talk about the last two. 6 for 12 from 3. This is the type of shit I've been hoping for him. Get hot from 3, and now we need him to stay hot from 3. We really need him to stay hot from 3. Durant, 3 for 7. I consider that hot from 3. Okay? That's really all I need from Durant. 3 from 7. Get us some points from threes. Don't be ice cold. Remember, he had how many games in a row where he was like super duper ice cold from 3? It was like 4 games in a row, maybe. Can't have that. Can't have that. We need a few threes. We need at least 2 from him per game. We got 3 tonight, so I'm loving that. Ryan Dunn, 7 for 11. 16 points again, 5 rebounds, no assists, which is weird, but a steal and a block, no turnovers, okay, 2 for 4, 50% from 3. I believe he shot a respectable something for something last game. Am I right? So, are we done questioning Ryan Dunn? Are we done acting like Ryan Dunn isn't the guy that we were praying and hoping and praying he would turn into? He is. So, Bud, please play him, Bud. Play him more. Do not take him out when Grayson comes back. We all know you want to. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take out Tyus. Take all of Tyus's minutes away from him. Give them to Allen and be done with it. I really think that's the direction we need to go. Call me crazy. What do you guys think about that? How much do you want to see Grayson when he comes back? How about this? Give Grayson Royce O'Neal's minutes. Because Royce O'Neal can't hit the broadside of a barn. He couldn't throw a beach ball into the ocean at this point. Give him Royce's minutes. Don't take away from Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn has given you so much on both sides. Now, I say that Royce had another 10 rebounds tonight and 5 assists, also a steal and a block. So, like, I don't want to act like Royce is worthless. He's not. He's not worthless. I just don't want to say goodbye to Ryan Dunn. I'm not ready. I'm not emotionally ready. I'm not ready for the crash out that I will inevitably go through live on air when Grayson comes back and takes all Ryan Dunn's minutes. I will crash out. I will. And you know how I know he'll take Ryan Dunn out again and stop playing him? Because that's what he did to Bol Bol. The second Bol Bol started, not performing outside of his goddamn mind, he got pulled and never to return again. I know he'll do that with Ryan Dunn. If you think he won't, I don't know what to tell you. Get back to the chat here. HETC TV says, give more minutes to Dunn, Oso, Richards, and Gillespie. Oso, too, man. When Plumlee comes back, we're going to lose Oso's minutes. And Oso's been terrific. What did he give us tonight? 3 for 6. Sorry, 2 for 2. 6 rebounds, 3 assists. I love his passing. We've always talked about that with him. 3 offensive rebounds. That's my favorite stat for him today. Nick Richards with 5. Can we talk about Nicky Richards? Can we talk about what Nick Richards can do for this team if his minutes aren't eaten by the vulture that is Bud and Plumlee connection? 18 points, 9 rebounds, a couple of assists, 3 blocks. Bro, what more do you need from Nick Richards to cement him as a full-time starter with no minutes being taken away by Plumlee? What do you need? This is not the first time he's done that. He's been doing that shit more often than he doesn't do it. I hate Bud. I just do, and I'm sorry. Wow, Pac-Man says Grayson better than Book. That's how you know Pac-Man is on one, okay? So Pac-Man, we got some information from Code. Code told us what's really hurting him, what really digs at him. So can you tell us the truth? What is it about Book? Like, what's the real reason that you're on Book's ass? Moses says Beal just hurt this team. Keep him out. Oh man, but that's tough for me to swallow. Because sometimes, quite a few times, I feel like Beal's energy really does help the team. Because you'll see Beal out there giving energy and no one else is. Like, if everyone's going to show energy when Beal's not out there, okay, then that is something to deal with. But I don't know. I'm not going to hang on to Beal anymore. I'm not trying to hang on to it anymore. Ruby says he just had 41. I know, but Pac-Man's never going to be happy. Turtle says terrible on D. Who? And yes, you're right. All of us are. Ryan Affiliac says Book is great. He's just not a max contract great. That, I don't know if he's not max contract, because I think other teams would give him a max contract. So I think that's what determines it. Like, there's different levels to max contracts. And I guess we are going to be in a position to give him another like super duper max, right? And that's what we're going to end up having to give him to keep him, I'm sure. Moses says more wins without Beal. We need to look at the stats because there's not that many wins on the season anyways. They're at 33 now. I wonder how many of those wins came without Beal. JV Top Flight says Book is a top 15 to 20 player in the league. I could see a world in which he's down in the 20s. Bud, everybody's favorite coach. While he's talking, I'm going to pee.
Yeah.
Be right back.
I mean, he, was very special. Third quarter, made some big shots, big plays in the fourth quarter, got going, did a little bit of everything. The big screening for him, the bigs, kind of just getting him to his spots. Special third quarter, special second half I'd book.
Kevin was saying earlier that he was like, we keep saying hopefully build off something. He said we still got hope that we will. Did you sense this would be a good win in terms of doing that, building off of the last game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our defense in the first half was really good, and we came out of the, first quarter with a good defensive quarter. The fourth quarter, just we got to be tighter, we got to be better, to keep that 17-point lead or 18, whatever it was. But I think there was a lot of good defense, and then just the fourth quarter, we weren't as tight as we need to be. But I think there's some things both ends. Hopefully, we can build off and going into tomorrow, a little bit of work and play on Friday.
Which leads me to my last thing. You're playing obviously Cleveland. It's been the best team with the best record probably most of the year. I think OKC has topped them here as of late, but just that challenge of facing them when you do have a little momentum going.
Yeah, they've obviously had a special season. Their players and Kenny, they're doing a lot of things well. We're going to just take this in tonight. We'll start thinking about them tomorrow and, get a little prep in and look forward to, playing a good team in the challenge.
Coach, you guys won the points off turnovers battle 23-10. You also won the second chance points by a pretty heavy margin. I know those are two areas that haven't always been on your side this season. What do you feel like has been going right for you guys in that regard?
Yeah, I think the effort on the offensive boards, guys tipping it out, Ryan really having a mindset to go after every rebound. Also feels like, he's giving, extra effort. Collins in there, those guys are they're just bringing a little bit of edge to the offensive glass. And, I think that's helped us a lot. And the turnovers, and Cody, all those guys, their hands, their activity, has been good for us.
And then in regards to closing better, you guys have seen situations like that where the other team just hits some shots and it sort of spirals. Is there anything that you kind of point to in those late game situations that you can kind of tighten up?
I mean, part of it, they're just putting their head down and driving it. We got to get back and build some walls and keep them out of the paint. It's a little bit of a layup drill in the fourth quarter. And, the guys on the ball, the guys getting back. But, they make just enough threes and shoot a ton of threes that, it's hard if you help too much. But I think, just the ability to stop the ball and guard the ball, that's the area probably that stands out to me to tighten up.
Coach, you've talked a lot about, Ryan as a cutter, but just as a screener, when he's screening for Book, there's a couple possessions where he's slipping out of that. What have you seen from him there?
Yeah, I think a little bit of the variety, mixing it up, just trying to get him to, get involved, be a threat, bring his man into actions. And, I like he got the roll and played and made the little jump hook. He made the three in the first half, playing off the behind the back from Book. So the more involved we can get him, bring his guy into actions, I think the better we're going to be. All right, thank you, guys.
Don't even worry about what I was saying if I was muted. No, I was just saying, like, I see a lot of people going at each other in the chat. But can I remind you, we're on a 2-game winning streak, so can we not just wait until the Cavs clap our cheeks in public and then be mad at each other? Like, we could be happy with each other, you know? We could be like, hey man, good game. Pat on the back. Slap hands. You know, congrats on being a good fan who's sticking around. You deserve this win, pal. But no, you guys are at each other's throats. You know? We'll have plenty of time to hate each other's guts on Friday night. All right? We'll have the KD fans talking shite to the Book fans, vice versa. I'll be talking shit to Bud. We'll all talk shit to Plumlee and Tyus. Come on. Save it for Friday. You know? Slim Shady said, I put Lakers to win by 11 more. That should have not been the case. So stressful for me. I mean, all these games, you can never predict if the Suns are going to win or lose. You just can't predict it anymore. In my heart of hearts, I thought we were going to lose tonight. I bet you if you pressed me and made me put down like $100, something I'd be scared to lose, I probably would have said Bulls win, Bulls win. Just because that's the type of pushovers we've been, trying to win back-to-back games. Like, you can't get this team to show up twice. It's just like asking for back-to-back solar eclipses. It's like, that doesn't happen. It's like once every, come on, you know? But Chris P., you're right. It's pretty cool. Suns officially in the 10th spot. Pretty exciting. It feels good for the moment. So now here's the new thing. Can we keep that 10th seed? Can we make it an 8 seed? Let's look at the standings. Let's do that. Sorry for all the yawning, but I pulled a Sundo and got up at 6 a.m. today. Like, I really am understanding how draining that is by the end. All right, let's go NBA standings. All right, folks. Here's the way the cookie crumbles. We are in front of the Mavs now. Yipes. We have 3 games. Okay, so the Kings have basically the easiest schedule. Well, compared to us, they have a super easy schedule. Let's just leave it at that. We have the hardest schedule going forward. Therefore, I don't think I can, in my right mind, suggest that we will get the 9th seed. I think we're going to just have to accept and be happy with the 10 seed. Okay? If we can get it. That's absolutely not a guarantee. The Trailblazers are 2 games behind us. Okay? The same Trailblazers that waxed us back to back. Spurs, I do not believe the Spurs want anything to do with getting into the playoffs. They are trying to tank downwards for Cooper Flag. So it's us. I think the Mavericks, because they're going to bring AD back. I think you still have to keep the Mavericks. Weirdly enough, you have to keep them in the mix, and the Trailblazers. That's who I just don't believe that we're really fighting with the Kings. I don't believe it. Maybe. Do you guys think we have any chance to go up to 9? Alex said, yeah, Portland's hungry. They are, and they're young, and they're talented, and if they can get back to a winning streak like they had earlier, they will pass us. Okay. Because I don't see winning streaks. I see us hopefully treading water until the playoffs and keeping the spot. That's likely our best bet. Unless you think the Suns have really found something with back-to-back wins. Come on. We're really doing that? I'm not. LOL predictions, what's going on? So we're really 12-24 on the road. That is kind of nutty if you think about it. You know? Como Joe says next 3 games will be telling on if we can, to be honest. So let me look back at the next 3 games one more time. I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't already forget, because I did. Here we go. Cleveland, Milwaukee, Boston. I'm going to read that again, and maybe it'll be different this time, okay? Excuse me. I'm going to clear my throat with some fresh water, too. Let me look at it again. Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Boston.
You know,
Book with his shades on
I
again.
did the same thing. I just did for once. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm just checking.
Trying to get rid of the blue light.
Curious with that second half for you, what was working that enabled you to have the kind of second half and third quarter, you think?
I'd say just making shots, just playing in the flow and, trying to find easy looks. I think we had a great first half on the defense end and, missed a lot of easy ones and, let up a little bit in the second half, but we turned it back on.
Curious with just, trying to build off of a win. I think it's the first time you guys have won 2 in a row since late January. Just maybe finally doing that and then trying to continue that for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, we got to keep going. We have a tough stretch of teams coming up here on our home court. I think we've built some good momentum going into that. So, lock in tomorrow, recovery and rest, and, get ready for Cleveland on Friday.
Just got one last thing. I find it interesting that, you guys are winning not only the turnover battle, but scoring off of those, something that plagued you guys for most of the year. What do you feel like is working in being able to force turnovers and then get out and run?
I think just switching up the coverages with different groups. When we throw Oso in there, just switching a lot of ball screens and trying to, force teams to play one-on-one instead of, running through their sets. So, we're just a little bit more connected right now. And, this is what we've been waiting on, so we got to sustain it.
But can you walk me through that step back 3 you hit off the backboard there?
Yeah, just don't miss short. That's all I was telling myself. I wasn't trying to glass it, but, we'll take it.
Does it, from the outside looking in, it looks like you guys are having more fun. Obviously, that happens when you're winning, but what do you feel like might be starting to shift in that regard over the last couple of games?
Just being connected, on the defensive side of the ball and, once you're getting stops and not taking the ball out the net every time and having to run something every time down, I think everybody just gets in a better flow and rhythm.
But can you put your finger on where that connection kind of appears from?
It's more than one thing. But, I'm always going to say it goes back to just talking to each other, as simple as it sounds. But, everybody being engaged, even the guys that aren't involved. Obviously throwing Ryan and Oso in there, they bring a lot of that too. So, Colin also. So, Cody, everybody that, has been getting in the game has, been talking not only on the court but in the huddles. And, it's something that we need to continue to do when, we're not up 15 or 20 points, being down 10 points in the games when you need it more than ever.
And has it felt like it's been a month and a half plus since you guys won 2 in a row that you were able to find a rhythm?
Yeah, it's felt just like that.
Look, how do you feel like your patience with the ball has evolved over the years, specifically with, that play with Nick where you strung out the defense just the extra beat until he was open under the rim?
Yeah, it's, just living through it and being thrown in the fire and seeing a lot of defenses throughout my career and, understanding, when I turn the ball over, it's usually, when I'm trying to get ahead of myself or make a play too quick that, probably would still be there if, I took a deep breath and took some time.
Book with Ryan and Oso's minutes sort of fluctuating the last month or so. Has it impressed you that they've been able to stay ready, considering that their minutes might change on a night-to-night basis?
I mean, if they were, normal cats, I'd say that. But those guys are in tune with everything. They love the game of basketball, and when they weren't in rotation, they were, rightfully so pissed off. And that's what you want to see. Some young, hungry players.
Book, this is a little off topic, but your rookie Ty Jerome is coming to town on Friday. He's having a hell of a year. Just what have you seen from him this year, and just something you've talked about a lot, and that for some guys it just takes a couple of different situations, right? Yeah, incredible. Super proud of him. And we've remained in contact throughout the season. So, I'm just happy for him. I mean, he always had the pace. He always had the IQ for the game, and we've always talked about, just taking advantage of your opportunity. So, he's the type of guy for you can throw into any system, and, he can elevate your team in many ways. And, it helps that he's shooting the shit out of it.
How you feeling about Kentucky's first-round matchup?
Who do we got? Was it 14-3? Yeah. I like it. I'm with it. Seen Texas lost. Nah, Kay told us. I didn't know until he just said. They were up when we started the game.
Bro, I was wearing some mom jeans. All right. Well, folks, hey, I didn't buy an Okobo jersey, Malo, but two things. I did believe in him. I did have high hopes for him. But, bro, you are so the type of person that would have bought a Okobo jersey. Like, I could have guessed that about you, to be honest. With your irrational love for Ish Wainwright, of course you had an Okobo jersey. You were probably telling everybody, he scored over 40 in France. He had a big game in France, didn't you? Coin case is going off on Book. Don't think we didn't notice coin. All right, but you ain't no code, so stop trying to take his grift. We're on to the scary, daunting Cleveland Cavaliers. All right. So, say your prayers. Take your vitamins, brother. And we will see you on Friday. But first, we got a $10 dono from Christopher Johnson. Said, Gabe, here's some chatter for all the hard work tonight. Do we really think that Bud will do the right thing and continue to play Cody and Rooks even when Plum and Gray come back? Dude, I really don't think he will. I think both of those guys will have their minutes stifled. I just think that's the way Bud is. And remember, Bud had Grayson as a starter for like 2 years in Milwaukee. So he loves Grayson. Like he trusts Grayson is his guy. And I like Grayson. I want Grayson to play. I don't know, man. Maybe they just keep Beal out because that's a big chunk of minutes. That's 38 minutes a game about that we get to spread around to the other guys. Maybe they just keep him out. Maybe I don't know. But thank you for the dono, man. We are on to the Cavs beatdown. Can we all just come into that game and not expect a win? Can we all just come in expecting a loss? Because like we talked about a few games ago, happiness being when expectations meet reality. Like, I don't want any of you guys to think that we're going to go in and win that game. Like, I'm not saying don't have hope, because that's cool, I guess, and it's nice. but be realistic so that you don't get too upset. You shouldn't come out of that game upset. Unless we're beating them all game and we've got it in the bag and then we let it slip. That's the one time I would be upset, which we're capable of doing. We really are. But these next 3 games, if the Suns go 1-3, we should throw them a parade. We're on to the Cavaliers. Suns win! Suns win! These aren't even the jerseys that they actually wore in the game, but, like, I don't want to spend the time to make a new cutout of Bulls players when it's the last time we're going to play them. So I reused the previous game's players. Don't get mad. Because it's the Bulls, and we beat them. Suns win! Suns win, baby! Suns are the 10th seed! The Suns are basically the 1st seed. We're basically the best team in the NBA. We're a playoff team, okay? Well, play in. But you get the idea. We're going to the Super Bowl.